Welcome to the Strong Tower Podcast.
I want to be in a kayak going down rapids.
Right.
Possibly could die. That looks like fun to me.
I mean, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
But that's what I love about me and you, is that we're both not trying to do the social.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Strong Tower Podcast. This week I'm by myself. I wanted to just take a little break from all the hustle and bustle, and then just also go over some current events and stuff that have been going on. You know, I don't get to talk about that kind of stuff too much when we have guests in here. So I just thought I would just go over some things and, you know, just talk to you guys and really see what's up. You know, it's almost springtime, man. Almost springtime. I can't wait. We're so lucky that we haven't had snow. I'm so grateful we haven't had snow yet, and I'm crossing my fingers that we have a very early spring, and it starts, you know, I think today's 55 or something like that here in Delaware. And I just really want to get through it, man, without any snow. You know, I'm almost 30. I don't care for playing in the snow. I like it when it's on the side of the road and it looks pretty. But when I have to drive in it and I have to worry about other people around me and worrying about, can they drive in this and are they going to brake in time, and always paranoid about what's about to happen. It's the worst, man. So I just want to get through that. I just want to get through this next, what's today? Today is February 18th. So if we can get through the rest of this month, and then hopefully March. March is usually what kills us. March is, you know, you think you've made it through wintertime, and you think you're about to get to springtime, but then it hits you with the snow, right in the mouth. I can't stand March. You know, my birthday's in April, so I'm excited for that. And I'm also more excited for nice weather. I love a beautiful day, man. There's nothing that makes you think, and that's it makes you more grateful for things when there's a nice day. You know, when it's raining out and it's gross out, you don't want to do shit. You don't want to do nothing but sit in your house and watch TV. It's so weird how much the weather affects your mood and affects your drive and what you want to do that day. It's crazy. You know, and snow, I think snow, rain, I can do stuff. I can go out and run errands or whatever, go to work. I don't know, do what I gotta do. But with snow, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to stay home and not go anywhere. I'd much rather do that. And I just can't wait for springtime, man. Spring, all the nice flowers. You know, people cutting their grass again. There's just something about it. Makes you feel that much better. You know? I can't wait. So what else been going? Blah blah. Can't speak, man. So what else has been going on? I gotta give myself a haircut. I know that's I'm getting kind of long, you know, where I feel pieces falling out because it's getting longer than usual. And yeah, I cut my own hair. I cut my own hair because one, I'm mostly too lazy to go to a barber. That has nothing to do with the money. Like, yeah, it saves a couple bucks, but you know, for guys, it really don't cost that much to get your hair cut. But I shave my head, so there's no point in someone else just shaving my head. It's real easy to do, and I never have a problem with it. Growing up, my dad always cut my hair because he liked that military haircut. And I think I just learned from that. I was like, one day when I was younger, I'm going to try and cut my hair. I probably messed up, you know, and I learned from that. Like one time I tried to make a mohawk. So it was something I'd never done before. And I butchered it, man. Like, it was pretty bad. And I thought it was all cool and stuff. Like I was going in with a mohawk and all this other stuff, and it looked pretty bad. So I had one of my boys fix it up, and then it was a lot better. But yeah, I think I'll just stick to shaving my head for now until I get the feeling that I want a different hairstyle, you know. But like, when is that though? When is that time that you're just ready for a new hairstyle? Like, I've had plenty in the course of my life, but I've never, I don't know. Like when I was younger, I had a crew, I guess you would call it a crew cut, like a military with like the flat hair on top and like cut around the sides and stuff, kind of like a Marine has. I had that for a long time when I was little because that's the only way my dad knew how to do it. You know, he cut me and my brother's hair like that because that's what he had. And what else did I have? After that, I think I started getting my head shaved because one time, I think I told a story on the podcast with Megan that I went to get my hair cut by this woman and I told her what I wanted. And I think we got like our communication like mixed up or something. And she just shaved my head. She shaved my head. It wasn't anything I wanted. Like, it wasn't what I asked for. But she thought I said that. She thought I said, take it all off. I don't know. And that day I cried. Like, I was in middle school too. And I cried like a baby. Because I was so embarrassed and like... And I was scared about what the kids at school were going to say, man. I got picked on by girls and all this stuff, man. It's embarrassing. You know? They called me Bald Eagle. Which I look back now, and that name calling was kind of embarrassing because it wasn't funny and it wasn't creative. Like, come on, man. Bald Eagle? Gotta do better than that. But yeah, I was just like in tears. Swimming in my tears, man. Just because of a shaved head. And now that's all I do is shave my head. And then after that, man, like I think I started growing my hair out. I went to a school where we could only have our hair like so long. So all of us guys were like trying to pull our hair over our eyes like so hard. And because we wanted to like reach our eyes and stuff. And I look back now and I think it's hilarious. It's so funny, man. And then after I left that school, I went somewhere where I was allowed to grow my hair out. So I grew that stuff out long as possible. And I did. I had the thing over my eyes, but then it started waving out. So I had like a kind of like, I was like flicking my neck every couple seconds to get that hair out of my eyes. And then that was the point where people really started growing their hair out like that. It was kind of catching on, and people, you know, they just want to start growing their hair out. And I was like, I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be part of this like trend. So I just shaved my head. I actually came to school the next day. This is in high school. I came to school the next day, man, and like they no one knew who they thought I was a new kid. Like, all my friends thought I was a new kid or something. I was like, no, man, it's just me. I just shaved my head. And that was that. I haven't had long hair since, I don't think. yeah, I mean, after that, I did the mohawk thing, and I didn't keep that long because I didn't care for it. It wasn't what I wanted. And then I just started shaving my head. And it's freeing. Like, even during when it's cold out and stuff, it doesn't bother me. Like, it's freeing. You know, I don't have nothing I have to worry about. Like, I cut my hair and I can wake up like that. I don't have to worry about doing my hair, putting product in it. You know, just walk out and do what I gotta do without worrying about it. I usually wear a hat anyway, so doesn't really matter. What else is going on, guys? So today's the 18th, so we did have Valentine's Day last Friday, I believe. And I might get a lot of crap, but I didn't do anything for my wife. I don't know. I think it's just everyone following suit to do something that day, you know. And what I try and do is I try and, you know, not just buy her stuff, you know what I mean, but I try and do something for her every single day. And yeah, I mean, she missed like having candy and flowers and stuff like that. I understand that. But hey, guess what? I can get her candy and flowers any other day of the year, you know, and just show up with it. I can do anything I want. And that's one of my things I love to do is be spontaneous. I love being spontaneous, like, and she hates it. My wife hates me, like, wanting to be spontaneous, like posting on Instagram or Facebook something about her, you know. I like when she does it with me, and now I'm glad like that whole MCM thing is kind of out. Like no one really does that too much anymore. And the whole WCW, whatever. And I don't know. I just like coming out of nowhere with it. You know, I think it makes it that much more special. And even if it's been a long time, like just because this is the thing, like a big thing for women too. And I know it might be your love language or whatever they call it, you know. But just because your man doesn't post about you doesn't mean he's like ashamed of you. Doesn't mean he doesn't love you. You know? Like maybe he wants it to hit. You know, he really wants, like, so when I post, like, most of the time, I get this overwhelming feeling of love for my wife, you know, and it's just out of nowhere. You know, I love her to death, don't get me wrong, you know, but there's, like, random times where, like, I'm just sitting there, you know, or I'm just doing something, and then she enters my mind, and that's when I post about her. Because those feelings are just overflowing and I want them to pour into the words that I'm saying. I don't want to put some BS post up just because she wants me to. You know? I'm very big in my emotions and she knows that. You know, I understand that you want a post about you, but wouldn't you want it to mean more? You know, like, I don't know. Like, when that overwhelming feeling comes and hits me, like, I pour my emotion into the words that I say, into the post that I'm creating, and the picture that I put up, and I don't know. To me, it just feels like it means more, you know, and I can see it. She does the same thing when she posts about me, because it's the words that she says and the meaning behind it, and I understand it, and I get that feeling like, okay, she was really feeling it. You know, those words meant something. And I just refuse to post things that are dumb, just to post something. You know, I used to be that way, and I just told myself, like, let's stop that. Let's just stop posting pictures that don't mean anything with no meaning behind it. just to post it, just to be consistent. And that's just one of my things, man. One of my things. So that's how I feel about Valentine's Day. You know, I don't care who it was created by. I don't care why it's a day. I really don't. You know, just because I didn't do anything this year doesn't mean I'm going to not do anything next year. It's all about how I feel. It's all about how I feel. And I don't know. I know how my wife is. I know she appreciates me every single day. And yeah, she probably missed having chocolate and flowers and stuff because she saw everyone else getting it. But think about it. If everyone else wasn't getting it, does it really matter if you know, for you? You know, some people are like that. Some people, you know, they want to have it because their friend Barbara got it, or, you know, or Bethany got flowers from her husband, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Yeah, this is the thing, too. I see girls complaining about guys all the time on Instagram, on Facebook, any social media, you name it. They're complaining about guys. But they get flowers or something on Valentine's Day. Their guy is like God. You know, they can't put this dude on a higher pedestal. But after that, like, that's it. You don't hear anything else. You don't see any other posts about him. You know, you just get back to the complaining. I'm like, what? You know, in particular, I saw a girl like posting about how she hates these dudes and all this other stuff. And then all of a sudden on Valentine's Day, oh, you're the best. You're everything to me. Oh, what? That just doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And that's not the way I want to live my life. And that's not the way I want my relationship to be. I want our relationship to be loving, and our friendship. Like, me and my wife are best friends, man. Like, and that's why and that's why our love, I feel like, is on a different level. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain to someone that doesn't feel that same way. It's hard for people to understand when, even if you are in a relationship, a lot of people are in relationships, but they have like a best friend that's a girl. Like, you're a guy and you have a best friend that's a girl and not your wife. How does that make sense? You know, to me, that doesn't make sense at all. But, you know, to each his own, and do what you want. I'll do what I want. You do what you want, you know? All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend, man. This past Saturday, you know, All-Star Game was cool too. The end, I caught the ending. But Saturday, I was irritated. I was the dunk contest in particular. So I know everyone that watched it knows what I'm talking about. But the one thing that even not even the airplane mode and Aaron Gordon thing, but this one thing really irritated me was one of Pat Connaughton's dunks. You know, I know he didn't win, blah blah blah. I'm not sticking up for him because he's white, so get out of here with that. The fact that what I like is that he did it first tee. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did it the first try. Whereas in the past, like, you haven't seen that. Yes, I understand, like, the guys did it first try most of the times after that. But this was like, he was like the first dunker. So the fact that he did it first try, like, meant a lot to me. And should have got him a 50 for this dunk. So so all of you watching aren't going to be able to see it. But I'm going to explain. Let me see what he does. So he comes out dressed like the white man can't jump stuff. He's got the hat, the shorts, the shoes, all that kind of stuff. So the dude's standing at the basket holding the ball over his head. So Pat Connaughton grabs the ball from down low, picks it back up to slam it. Keep in mind, he did this the first try. And they give him like a 48 or something like that. They don't give him a 50. But they give Aaron Gordon all 50s. Like, they're just throwing 50s out like for a party favor. And that's what really annoyed me. I think that was the biggest one that annoyed me, because Pat Connaughton could have gotten farther. Who knows? I'm not saying he would have been in the finals with Airplane Mode and Aaron Gordon. But, hey, you never know, man. I think they screwed him, and then definitely Aaron Gordon should have won that. He got screwed for the second time, and now he's never going to do him again because they keep screwing him. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, be smart. You know, the judges, what they need to do is each individual person needs to judge that dunk. What they're doing is teaming up, saying, oh, what should we give them? What should we give them? Who cares what the other person gives them? You give them what you think that dunk should be. Don't talk to the other judge. You know, I understand the one time they wanted to do something for Kobe. What did they do? I can't remember what they did. They did something to honor Kobe. I forget what they did. But anyone who watched it, like, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that was irritating. And then All-Star Game was cool. So the way they did it this year was they treated each quarter like an individual game. So the winner after each quarter won like $100,000 for their charity. And and then they added all up, and they added like 24 to it, and then that would be like the main number at the end of the game. So in the fourth quarter was different than the other quarters. Fourth quarter, they unplugged the time. There was no timer, so they used this formula to figure out a number, and the number was like 157 or something like that. So the first team to 157 wins the game, and a lot of people don't like it, but LeBron's team ended up winning. Anthony Davis made a free throw to win the game because they were only 1 point away. And a lot of people don't like that they won on a free throw, but I honestly don't care because that game was going to go on forever. It was ridiculous, like the intensity these guys were playing with, and you saw how much harder it was to like even get in the lane and even to get a shot off. Like when these guys were playing each other to their full potential, like defense and offense, like dudes were taking charges in an all-star game. It was crazy. And you just saw how hard it was to like do anything. Even for LeBron. You know, LeBron was getting blocked here and there. Like he couldn't do anything. He couldn't get a shot off. You know? So it was crazy, man. It was definitely something to watch, and I hope they do the same thing next year because it would be fun. But so that was cool. And then not last night, it was Sunday night, and I worked Sunday night, so I had to record it. So I just finished it yesterday. American Idol, my show. You can say anything you want, like, oh, The Voice is better. No, it's not. No, it is not. The Voice is not even close to American Idol for me. You know, you may like it. I mean, everyone has their taste, you know. I just love, I don't know. It's just something about American Idol. Like, it just hits you in the heart. The Voice is cool and all, but it don't hit you in the heart. Like, maybe it's the storytelling and all these kind of things, but, oh, man, American Idol is just, it's on another level. For me, anyway. So there was a dude on there, like all these missing teeth. He had no idea how to sing or anything. Like he just sings on. He's a garbage man, so he sits on the back of his garbage truck and sings, right? And people tell him he's good. So he tries out for American Idol, right? They're telling him to do certain things. He's like, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to do that. I don't, you know. And I don't know if you can hear this or not. But let's see if we can pull up this dude, man.
I want to hear a little bit more. Show us your range. I don't know what that is.
So she said, show us your range. He said, I don't know what that is, but I'll try.
Figure that out too. All right.
It was crazy. And then what comes out of his mouth is crazy.
Help is on the way.
I don't know how to go along with that. I can try though.
I said out. Can you hit that note?
I can try.
I said out on a narrow.
So Luke Bryan said, I'll help you out. So he's going to hop on the piano. And the dude's like, I don't know how to go along with that, but I'll try. Yo, see, it's that kind of stuff, man. And then he belts out the song.
I said out on a narrow.
I set out on a narrow way many years ago. That was awesome. Hoping I would find true love along the broken road. But I got lost a time or two. What my proud kept pushing through. I can see how every sign pointed straight to you. Every long lost stream led me to where you are. Others who broke my heart, they were like northern.
Crazy. Yo, that is so wild. That's what hit me in my heart. Watching that, dude has no idea what he's doing. He didn't know what a range was. I thought that was just common sense. But he didn't know what that was, and he just belting out what God gave him. You know? And before that, he came in and they said, how much experience do you have? He said, none. He said, I never sang in front of anyone. So they said, okay, go warm up. And Ryan Seacrest took him out to the street. And he just sang for people out there. And they loved him. And then they said, go back in. And then he did his thing. And he got pushed on to Hollywood. It's a cool thing. Like, what... the opportunities that this, like, I know it's a TV show and everything, and you don't really get to see behind the scenes stuff, but the opportunities that are given to these kind of people, man. I mean, this dude comes out with a mouthful of teeth hanging out of his gums. Like, they're hanging on for dear life. And he's a trash man. And he's just there for his daughter. Like, I think he has like a 3 or 4 or 5 year old daughter or something like that. And he's just there doing it for her. And that's all it takes. You know, you have that one thing in your life worth doing anything for. And you'll do just about anything. You know, whether it's your kid, whether it's just a drive that you have or a motivation, I don't know. Just anything, and it pushes you to do stuff that you never in the wildest dreams thought you would do. And I always think about that. I think for me, I think it's just my life. You know, I don't have any kids yet, but right now, I have a vision for myself. And that vision is what drives me to do things that I'm uncomfortable to do. You know, some of the things I do, man, like, I just don't want to. I don't want to. I'm uncomfortable doing it. And then, you know, sometimes I end up on the couch watching TV. But then I feel like crap the next day, and I'm mad at myself, and I just can't let that happen again. So I think even if you don't have anything in your life to do, like to push you to do that, think about it. Sit down and really have a talk with yourself. and figure it out, because everyone has something. You know, why do you think you see a lot of people from like homeless, broke homes and poverty and all these kind of things, like they're ending up in the NBA and the NFL and stuff like that? Because they had something. They had something pushing them. The fact that they didn't want to be poor anymore. They didn't want to grow up in that. They didn't want to be a part of that life. Like, and it drives them to make a better life for themselves, make a better life for their mom or dad or whatever, their brother, their sister, whoever they're taking care of at the time. And it's a wild thing. Our brains are so meticulous, like meticulous. That's what I meant. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, that we can kind of make up something for us to push ourselves and drive ourselves to greatness and to success. And you know, I have a poster up on my wall, and it says mindset is everything. And then it has like a little kitten looking down in a puddle and it sees a lion. And that's what you got to do. You're that little kitten, but you got to envision yourself as a lion, and you got to go for whatever it is you want to do. Just because that mindset is everything. If you're thinking negative all the time, and which I can't stand, and you're putting yourself down, and I'll never lose weight, or I'll never do this, and you know, even if people are telling you that, don't listen to other people. You know, sometimes, so taking this back to American Idol, you'll see a lot of people that suck, but they think they're the best thing. Like, it's good to have that mindset, but you also got to be realistic. You know, sometimes, like on American Idol, you're just not for that show. You might be good for something else, but sometimes you're just not for that show. And that translates into life too. You know? So there's something that you really want, but you're just not meant for that. You're not meant for that thing, but you're meant for something else. And it's gonna take just time after time, just trying over and over and over again to try and find that and realize that. And be like, oh wait, I can get this because, you know, I've been trying this, and this. And maybe I'm just not meant for that. Maybe I'm meant for this over here. And then you try that, and there you go. You start succeeding. You know, and everyone has their own path to try and find that. Some people don't find it until they're older. Some people find it at a very young age. And we look at those people and we're like, oh, I wish we had that. Don't sit there and wish for it. Like, go out and do something. Go out and do work for it. Quit being lazy. Quit sitting down watching TV. TV's not going to get you anywhere. You know, listen to a podcast, because that's like TV on the go. That's like TV in your ears. You know, even I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts, and I still learn a lot from them, even though they're dumb as hell sometimes, most of the time. But still, there's tidbits that you take from. You're like, oh wow, I didn't know that. You know, and you can apply it to your life. A lot of motivational ones I listen to. Just different things like that, man. And I don't know. And then I'll take a lot from these TV shows. You know, I don't watch TV all the time. I'll have it on in the background when I do stuff, but I really don't watch too much TV. If I do, I'm watching a podcast on YouTube, so it's not even actual TV, but I don't know. But I'm going to keep this podcast just short and sweet, guys, and I pray that y'all have a great day, a blessed day, and just keep praying that the snow stays away. You know what I'm saying? Cross your fingers. I'm trying to keep that snow away and really bring spring in here, coming in, like, bring it in hot, you know? What do they say? spring has sprung. I hope it like springs up in here because I'm tired of this cold stuff. You know, actually I like the weather now. I'm not gonna lie, I like it as long as it's over 40. It stays out the 30s. I'm good. So nothing to promote with Strong Tower Nutrition. We still have going. What is it? 20% off for Strong Tower podcast listeners. So if you're listening to this, then you get 20% off of Bomar Nutrition supplements on stnutrition.com. And that's it, guys. Peace.